you can use. So I have used title contains. That's why I can give a partial value. You don't need to give complete value. So this is the explicit weight. This is the explicit weight. So explicit weight means 2 lines. First you have to create object for WebDriver weight. In the WebDriver weight, what you need to pass? Driver object reference and time you have to specify. Time, it can be either milliseconds or seconds or minutes or anything. Then with this object reference you have to call wait dot until expected conditions dot title contains. So redefine. Okay, so this is the one. Okay, so this is the explicit wait. So these 2 lines you have to sell if anybody asks you explicit wait and what are the different conditions means you have to tell all the conditions that I explain you. Here also we have all the conditions. So element to be clickable. So the expected condition waits for the let's go here support.ui, right? Selenium dot r dot openqr dot selenium dot support.ui. Support.ui. This is the one. So here you can see expected conditions class. So this is the one, all the methods. C attribute contains an expectation for checking web element with a given locator as attribute which contains a specific value. See, 3 parameterized method. Attribute contains by locator, string attribute, string value. See, this is the parameter declarations. So that's why I told you parameter means not only primitive data types. So this is the non-primitive data type, right? By is a class. So data class also one data type I told you already.
Yes, sir.
Java. Class, interface, anything is an data type. Say web element is an interface. Web element is an interface. That's a data type. Data type, parameter name. So data type, parameter name. Data type, that's a parameter syntax. So all these basics we covered very, very nicely in the Java.
Yes.
And we are using here. So now another one. Element selection state to be an expectation for checking if the given element is selected or not. Element to be clickable by locator. See, by is the data
It's a
type.
class.
So
Data
class
type.
and this is the parameter name. So an expectation for checking an element is visible and enabled such that you can click on it. So if you want, whether you first you are checking before doing action, what this method will do, it is going to wait for that element to be visible and enabled so that you can click on it. Just it is going to wait for that. That's what this method is doing. It won't do a click action now. Whether it is in clickable condition or not, it is going to check that. That's what the element to be clickable. See, this is overloaded. Method overloading. Method name same. That's a method overloading tells, right?
Yes.
And parameters are different. Only parameters are different. See here, this parameter data type is by and this parameter data type is web element. Parameter count is same, but parameter data types are different. But, method overloading, how you can achieve. So you can give all these examples for method overloading. You don't need to worry about. Even I told you some more examples also I'm going to give you. Implicit wait I have given already. Frame method I have given already. These are all method overloading examples. So that's the condition. Method name should be same. Only parameters should be different. These are all practicals. So these are all practicals, not theory. It's just a practicals I am giving. We learned in Java, we are implementing, we are showing exactly real use cases. So you have to remember these things. Element to be selected. See, element to be selected. Immediately you have to catch, this is the Java OOPS concept, polymorphism concept, method overloading concept. Immediately how to apply. See that this is also frame to be available and switch to it. Int frame locator. Frame to be available and switch to it. String frame
String
locator.
frame locator.
Frame to be available and switch to it. By locator.
By locator.
To be available and switch it to web element locator. See, 4 methods, same method name, only parameter is changed. So what is this? An expectation for checking whether the given frame is available to switch to.
Switched.
The next, invisibility of element located. See, this is the web element. Here, by locator. By locator means you have to write by dot locator of locator value you have to write. If there is a by locator means how you will write this. So this parameter, how you will write the value when you are calling that method? By dot id or id value, by dot name value, by dot xpath value, by dot css selector. See, that's what the meaning of by parameter is there. Web element means you write a driver dot find element is the web element. So next, you can see number of elements to be less than this count. You can say this locator contains less than this number. This locator contains more than this number. So that's a number of elements to be. This means exact value you are telling. So number of windows to be. So expected number of windows. How many windows? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But when you automate, that time you are expecting these many windows, that you can verify for this. You can ask wait for this number of windows to be available. Presence of element located. Presence of element located by locator. Presence of nested element located by. Text to be present in element. Text to be present in element. Text to be present in element located. Text to be present in element value. So you can verify even text also with this. And for a title, you have 2 methods. For a URL, this is the URL, right? This is the URL. So you want to verify this URL, then you can use URL contains, URL matches, you can give regular expressions, or URL to be exact URL if you want, you can use this. Partial URL you want to verify, you want to wait for that, you can use this method. So visibility of element located, visibility of all elements, visibility of all elements, visibility of element located. We'll mostly will use this one or this one. Okay, so all these are the expected conditions methods. You are expecting for this particular element, so element to be visible. URL contains this URL, so this page URL contains this one. I can give this. I am expecting expected conditions, URL is there or not. Sometimes you have to verify even a URL also. Sometimes you have to verify page title. So how do you know your page is loaded properly or not? So this is a simple question, right? How do you know that you are in the right page? How can you ensure that through automation? How can you ensure that? Either you have to verify, you have to give this answer. Either you have to verify page title. Your page title is unique for every page, verify the page title. Or you can verify particular unique element, right? So some element. So these elements should be unique for this page. Such kind of elements you verify, like presence of element located method is there, right? So this presence of element located method is there. This is either you can use this one or you can call visibility of this element. So you can tell, okay, wait for the visibility of this element in this page. Then WebDriver will wait. So that's what this either visibility of element located or presence of element located. All these methods you can ask for the waiting purpose. So all these methods are you're asking WebDriver to wait. Otherwise WebDriver doesn't wait if you don't call these methods. So wherever necessary, please include in between the lines of code these methods. So then WebDriver will wait for that. That is what this all the methods that I was explaining. How to call them? See that all again wait dot until expected conditions dot title is. So wait dot until expected conditions dot frame to available and switch to it. Wait dot until expected conditions dot invisibility of presence of element located. Wait dot until expected conditions dot presence of element located by dot locator value. This is how you have to write a by locator means. By locator parameter is there, you have to write like this. So in this locator place, you replace with ID name, class name, XPath, CSS selector, tag name, link text, partial link text. These are the locators means. And that locator value you can give here. Title contains, so visibility of element located. So visibility of element located. All these methods you can call. The last one, fluent wait. So fluent wait is, so it's a implementation of wait interface. Basically, all these wait methods are declared in the wait interface and implemented in the fluent wait class. So what methods are there? Polling interval, timeout configuration, on the fly you want to configure. These are all implemented in the fluent wait class. Those are declared in the wait interface, implemented in the fluent wait class. So fluent wait, when you can use is the frequency with which fluent wait has to check the conditions in the web page per particular element. You can use that fluent wait. So ignore specific type of exceptions. Waiting like a no such element exception. You want to ignore, you can ignore that with the ignore method. So the maximum amount of time to wait for a condition, you can use that. So this is how you can use wait interface, wait equal to new fluent wait, WebDriver type, generic type is WebDriver type, and passing driver. So with the timeout, polling every, ignoring, these are all the methods. So these methods are from this fluent wait class implemented always. So this is how you can write. Okay. So this is the one scenario. But I have given one scenario also here. But that's we'll see that later. But yeah, in Selenium 4 how you will write is, so wait interface, let me explain. Wait interface is a generic interface which makes Selenium to wait for a particular time with associated event, like events like element to be clickable, element to be present. So wait interface present under org.openqr.selenium.support.ui package. Fluent wait and WebDriver wait implements wait interface. So until method in WebDriver wait. So until is an abstract method present in the wait interface. So whichever driver implements WebDriver, so also must implement the wait interface. So which means browser classes, Firefox driver, Chrome driver, Safari driver, Opera driver, Edge driver must implement methods present in the wait interface also, and WebDriver interface. So until method accepts the expected conditions value as an argument. So class must wait until the given conditions either become null or false. So when they implement until method, so they have to give this argument. So until method implementation must not have return type as a void. Yes, they have all void return type until method. So fluent wait class implements the wait interface. WebDriver wait class extends a fluent wait class. So this is called multi-level inheritance. So fluent wait class implements the wait interface in Selenium. Fluent wait object defines the maximum amount of time to wait for condition. So like this, fluent wait fw equal to new fluent wait of driver fw dot with timeout. So you can specify time unit dot seconds. So in Selenium 4 there is a changes in the with the timeout method. So you have to just know these are the two parameterized method, right? This is the Selenium 3. Selenium 4 they made only one parameterized method. Duration dot op seconds you can specify, and previously we used to specify the time and units, but here directly you are telling that in Selenium 4. That's a change they made in Selenium 4. Even polling every method also, these two methods changed their architecture. Before two parameterized, now it is one parameterized method. Okay, so if you want to ignore some exception, fluent wait object dot ignoring, and you mention the what exception you want to ignore. So what message you want, for example, custom message you want to show, if exception occurs, you can write here with this with the message concept. So difference between implicit and explicit waits. So implicit wait applies to all elements in test script. Explicit wait applies only to specific elements as intended by the user. Basically, particular condition to be satisfied, then you can use this explicit wait. So implicit wait, no need to specify expected conditions on the element to be located. And so in the explicit wait, you must specify expected conditions on the element to be located. So in the implicit wait, most effective when used in the test case, in which elements are located with the time frame. So you know the time frame, specified time frame they will appear, then you can use this implicit wait. So most effective this explicit wait is when elements are taking a long time to load and you don't know, so then you can use this particular condition you want to specify, you can specify that. That's explicit wait. So these are the implicit and explicit wait commands. So that's it for the day, and we'll write more programs tomorrow, and then I'll explain different things next. Any questions?